So we finally have confirmation that Matt Gaetz has effectively been blacklisted from being on Fox News because he is quote unquote not a useful idiot to them anymore or to the former Trump administration, to Donald Trump and the Donald Trump staffers anymore. Now, he's just an idiot. And this is very telling because it's the first confirmation we've got from Fox that they've basically told their hosts, all their anchors, to basically limit talking about Gaetz and under no circumstances invite him on your shows. I want to read you some reporting. It says, the Florida Republican angered network brass after seemingly trying to turn Tucker Carlson into an exonerating witness, which made the popular primetime host visibly uncomfortable on air, and Fox News insiders told the Daily Beast that Gaetz was going to be excommunicado for a while. It's highly unlikely you'll see him on again anytime soon, one network insider told the website. And so basically what that's saying is it's not just an individual decision of Tucker or Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or any of the other Fox hosts to not have on Matt Gaetz, but that the network brass, implying, the people that make the broader decisions over the hour-to-hour, day-to-day coverage, they are saying Gaetz is not welcome. It is a network blanket policy, at least as of right now, to not have him on. And again, this is not normal because Matt Gaetz was always on the air. He was always on Fox. I've said this before, I don't want to belabor the point, but for example, on Sean Hannity, other than Lindsey Graham, Matt Gaetz was on more than any other elected official. He was on Fox more than almost any other Republican, and that's just him being a House member. So he's getting a lot of screen time and was getting a lot of screen time despite the fact that he wasn't a particularly high-ranking Republican, at least officially. But because he was a representative of the MAGA movement and often would be very entertaining and speak his mind, he made for good television. And so he was a useful idiot to Fox News and their ratings, but as soon as he tried to drag down Tucker, even if unintentionally, he was no longer useful. And you see something similar from the Donald Trump people. They're basically saying that in some ways, Donald Trump wanted to say more forcefully that he stood with Matt Gaetz, that he wanted to say more forcefully that some of the attacks on Gaetz were unfair. But the reality is not only that Donald Trump started the investigation, that the investigation into Gaetz started under Donald Trump's Department of Justice, and the FBI, when Trump was still president, seized Matt Gaetz's phone. So a lot of this is actually on Donald Trump, but the biggest factor is that no one around Trump who has any sense of a brain or any sense of how the law works wants their guy to be associated with this scumbag who's being accused of truly awful things. And so it says here, another source told the website that Trump has privately expressed a willingness to help Gaetz by branding damaging reports as fake news, but the former president and his allies have discussed ways to insulate themselves from the lawmaker via phone calls and group messages reviewed by the Daily Beast. Matt Gaetz used to be a useful idiot, said one person involved in these conversations. Now, he's just an idiot to us. And that's the point, isn't it? This is one theme. This is one thread we've been following through this whole discussion, that there is no loyalty for Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz showed all this loyalty to Trump and the other Trump Republicans. He was their attack dog. He did all these attacks on Liz Cheney and other non-Trump Republicans on behalf of Donald Trump. He helped spread the big lie during and after the election. He helped stand with Trump even after Trump and his thugs attacked the Capitol. And then on top of all that, he said he was willing to resign from Congress to be Trump's lawyer for his impeachment hearings back in January. And yet, because he's not a useful idiot anymore, because being associated with Gaetz makes you toxic too, he's being hung out to dry. So remember that. If there's any sense that this was fake, if there's any sense that this story wasn't real, Fox would be booking him. Trump would be standing with him. He would be doing photo ops with Trump and Gaetz. They'd be all over the place together. They'd be golfing together. Trump would be making videos from Mar-a-Lago about how you need to support Matt Gaetz through this tough time. If the story was fake, Gaetz would be everywhere. The fact that he's nowhere means that everyone knows he's likely going down, and what he's going down for could send him to jail for life.